the Westminster Select Board for Wednesday, April 14th, 2021 at 6:30 p.m. Adjustments to the agenda.
I have none.
Do you want me to remove the executive session now or move it now, or shall we wait until it actually just comes up that we'll be tabling that?
It's up to you, Kevin.
At this point, I'd like to adjust the agenda just to remove the executive session under Article 6, Section C for tonight's meeting that will not be taking place this evening.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
No further adjustments to the agenda. Moving right along, acceptance of the minutes, March 24th, 2021.
I move we accept the minutes of March 24th as printed.
I'll second it.
Been moved to accept the minutes of March 24th and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Minutes are adopted. Communication and public comments. Anything? Going once, going twice? Okay, seeing none, moving on to unfinished business. Town meeting articles.
This was tabled from about a month and change ago. It'd be nice to be able to put a speaker to each one of the articles so that you can get information as you need. So that's why it's there. If it's your pleasure, I would love to get names to attach to these.
Are we all set, folks, to tackle that real quick?
Sure.
Anyone have an objection not to do that tonight?
Well, let's do it.
Okay. Russell, why don't you walk us through them and we'll see who wants to do what.
So David Major will do Articles 1 and 2. So it's Article 3 is our budget.
Kevin did it last year. He did a good job.
Who
What's
is
that?
I said, Kevin did it last year. He did a good job. Why not do it again?
I'm happy to do it.
Good.
Article 4 is the appropriation for the Town Highway Equipment Reserve Fund.
Why don't we have Jason do it? He's new and he knows something about the highway.
Sure.
Great.
Article 5 is the Bridge Rehab Reserve Fund.
I can do that. I think I did it last year.
Done it for the last few years. Yeah, good at it.
Yeah, it's a tough one, I'll tell
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
Article 6, Capital Improvement Fund.
Hmm. Nobody's jumping up to take that one.
It should be you or Craig or Toby.
I don't mind doing it. This is to add money to the town hall renovations, right?
That's correct.
Okay, you'll have some more information for me about that?
That's why we're doing it tonight, so I can
Okay.
get you the information if you want it.
I do
Article
want-
7,
I'll do that.
Oh, you can if you want, Craig, but.
No, actually, you're right. That Sue should do it since it's all part of the same one.
Yeah. Okay.
Was Sheldon gonna do some of these too? I thought because he worked on this budget, or is he just gonna be there?
he just has to be there for the budget.
Okay.
Article 8.
So you're doing 7, Susan?
Yeah, I'm gonna do 5 and 7 because they're the
Okay.
big one.
So Article 8, Westminster Gazette.
I can do them.
Who was that?
Kevin.
I'm assuming there'll be people to speak on these articles.
As always, yep, we'll have the people there if they so choose.
Mhm.
Article 9, visiting nurses and hospice.
I can do that one since I haven't done it.
Is that Craig?
Yeah. I can do it. This is first.
Article 10, SEVCA.
There's one Sheldon should do.
I'll do it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Article 11, senior solutions.
I can do that. I deal with them.
Article 12, Westminster Institute and Butterfield Library.
I'll do that.
I can do, okay, Sue can do that. That's fine.
Susan. Article 13, Historical Society.
I'll
I
do
can
it.
do that. That's okay.
Who is doing it? You?
Jason can do it. Jason
Okay.
wanted to do it.
Okay.
Jason. $14, Greater Falls Connection.
I can do it if you want.
Craig. Article 15, Sevids.
That's
I'll
the
do
one.
that. I'll do that one.
You're going to do 14 and 15, Craig?
Yeah,
It's just a matter of reading the articles. It's not like you have to be the speaker for them necessarily.
Article 16, the West Library with the Catamount Library Network.
I can do that. Oh, Toby, you want to do that? You're West, okay.
Toby.
Yeah,
17, the school district.
I can do that, I guess.
I was gonna say,
I'll do
shouldn't that be Kevin? That should be Kevin since he's the chair.
Okay, thank you.
That was easy.
Okay, thank you. Okay, moving on to unfinished business, select board appointment interim school board update.
Most of you have been getting the emails, but Susan, Kevin, and I don't know if Craig was in it or not,
Yeah,
but
yeah, I got it.
you did. Okay. So the three of you should fill the other two in on what's been happening.
Good, so.
Well, this is as far, let's see. How do I explain this? So the interim school board has been, with the help of Larry Slayson, has been preparing a presentation for the State Board of Education on April 21st. And I volunteered to be at the meeting, and I think Kevin also, just to speak for the town.
Yeah.
And as far as the details of the school board's plan for what to do with the new school district, if that happens, I have not participated in that. I feel that's up to them. I think, as far as I'm concerned, the select board representatives should be there just to say, yes, this is the way our town voted. Twice, yes. Was that your feeling, Kevin?
Yes, exactly. And there was the follow-up today, everyone, from on the letter that specifically alluded to David Major. If you guys had read that, David Major, the Westminster Town Moderator and former Westminster Town School Board Chair, will be making the presentation for consideration of Westminster's request to withdraw. Since David was in the middle of the hunt and obviously can articulate the fine points of what went on, he's probably the best person to make this plain, clear, and that's where we stand at the moment. I believe that's where we are, right, Sue?
Yeah, as far as I know, yes.
Yeah, I'm reading it. I would say I agree with you. I'm reading the letter now, and that's basically what they're saying.
Mhm.
Is the dates set in stone? That they've got an appointment?
Uh, As far as I know, I don't know how stony it is, but April 21st was and that wouldn't be the final meeting. That's what I understand, right, Kevin?
Yes, and that's, I haven't heard a change for the 21st, which would be part one of this process.
Right.
So that's a Wednesday? What
Mhm.
time?
I believe
What
it's
time?
I
10.
don't see it on here.
I don't see it. I don't see it on here, Kevin. Is this?
I think one of the earlier, see if I can find it.
I sent an
This-
email out to Cheryl to get to confirm what was written today. I hadn't heard back from her yet, but we can certainly get the actual time. It's going to be a interactive call, correct, sir?
Yeah, it's a Zoom call. Yeah.
This letter today, I don't see the date anywhere. It just said that we had to respond by April 15th.
No, I know I've seen it in one of these emails, so finding it.
I'm only reading the one we got today. I'll go back through it, but I'm trying to find that date. It keeps saying about April 8th was the letter that they received.
There are about 7,000 of these emails,
Yeah, I know.
and in one of them.
Right now, it's set for the 21st. If that changes, certainly we'll let everybody know, and we'll get the specifics as to time. And
I believe they, sorry, Kevin.
that's okay. Go ahead.
I think somewhere they said that they had not set it yet. They would let us know closer to the time. I seem to remember that. So if I find it, I'll send it on to you. Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
I seem to agree with Sue. I can't, it's almost, that's what it sounds like. They're
Mhm.
working on, they had to the 15th to actually get this letter and they received it and now they're responding to it, but it doesn't say that they'll actually have the hearing then, but I don't care.
There is a discussion of April 21st. I know that. I just don't know the time.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I know that too. I saw that specifically. That was putting
Mhm.
into the letter that the 21st was definitely a date, but whether or not that's been confirmed, I did not see any provenance to that.
Yeah. And according to the school board, it said, the state board meets monthly on the third Wednesday of the month. The board generally needs at least 2 meetings and possibly more to hear from interested parties to discuss and determine its findings and render its decision. So this will be the first one, and there will be more, presumably. Okay.
Okay, any further discussion, inquiry, concerns? Seeing none, thank you all for your comments. Let's move on to website renewal update, if any.
Yes, that would be me. We have a small town committee working on updating the website, and Russ Lazarak is our expert who is doing that. He's doing a great job, I think. And our plan is to have a pretty finalized version before the next meeting, and Russ will send out a link to the select board so you can take a look at it a few days before and see what you think, see if you like it, see if you have questions. And if we approve it, it will be live, sort of hoping that it will be live by the May 15th town meeting. So we've really updated the navigation, or he has, let's put it that way. So, and we're trying to update all the forms and policies and the documents, contact information on the website. So that's a big part of it. Any questions? Okay. If you have any others, let me know. I can clue you in.
Thank you, Sue. Thank you, Russ. Moving on, unfinished business, collaborative finance processing manual update, if any.
We've had some discussions, but nothing formally written down. Paul is leaving again next week, so we're trying to get something done prior to him leaving, just so that we can keep it moving forward.
Kevin, I have a question.
Sure.
Were we going to have a meeting of this finance committee with Chad? Has that?
Yeah,
Yes, I've been trying to pull Paul in to find out a date. Chad is pretty flexible, but Paul is extremely busy right now, so it might be when he gets back.
okay. And he'll be gone for, if you know,
2 weeks.
okay,
He was back on the 4th of May.
okay. All right, if something can happen beforehand, then everyone, Sue, to your question, that was involved in the last meeting will be invited to this meeting, so we can continue to move forward with that. And again, I want to thank everybody for all the hard work they've been putting in on that, and hopefully we get that meeting going sooner as opposed to later. Any additional questions, commentary, or concern from anyone on the board or public? Very good. Moving on, unfinished business. E, town land off Davidson Hill, update.
We have a lot of interest. I shouldn't say a lot of interest. We've had 3 parties of interest for the land. Larry is in a substantial court case right now, and we're waiting for him to free up to get the particulars on how we do this. Is it an auction? Is it just a plain bid? You've given us a minimum, and so I'm kind of waiting for him to let us know if it's, a live Zoom auction. I honestly don't know. So we're still playing that game.
Thank you. Any commentary? Concerns?
I have a quick question, Kevin. So
Sure.
the land on Pine Banks Road, that's sold, that's done, we're shut of it?
It's in contract. We have the closing is tentatively set for the 23rd, which is next Friday, not this Friday, but next. So
Mhm.
yes, it is under contract.
Great. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Sue. Moving on to new business, third quarter financials.
In your packet, you have the third quarter financials. I'll of course answer questions now, but typically we table it to give you a chance to really look through them, but it's up to you folks.
Just a quick question, Russell. On page 2 of 13, where it says miscellaneous revenue, we had budgeted for 2,000, and we actually got 22. What was that revenue from? You don't have to give me an answer tonight. I was just.
Yeah, no, I don't know, Craig, but I will find out.
Okay.
Typically that's the clerks, but I know that their grant is in a different place. Yeah.
Well, usually miscellaneous is something that you really didn't count on. We just put something in case we get it. So if we didn't earmark it and we left it miscellaneous, must be something really odd that came in that we didn't know where to put it. That's all.
Yep, I'll find out for you.
Thank you.
Take a couple of minutes, everybody, if anyone has any questions, especially this evening.
Is there, it's just was a little confusing for me because this is, the first page is income. And the expenses, they're not, are they separated?
The revenue, it goes from the first page to the total revenue line, which is on the second page, about a third of the way down. When you see selectmen, that's our start of our expenditures.
Oh, okay. Okay, got it.
I have a question, Russ. So legal services, we've been supplying some legal services to the school district for the school issue. Have those come in and where will those be allocated?
We're paying them out of the regular legal service line. And hopefully we get reimbursed for that.
Mhm.
But we're paying it out of just the regular legal service line.
So this is the bottom of page 2. We've spent about 80% then so far.
That's correct.
Okay.
But we have more bills coming in.
Mhm.
So,
Russ, can I ask one more question?
sure.
Page 3, we go down and it's got 15,000 we budgeted for financial training. I should know what that is, but I can't remember. And so far we spent nothing. What was financial training for 15,000? You remember that?
Yes, we put it in there. Cynthia actually requested that we put it in there, and you guys did put it in there.
Oh, yeah.
We should have had money out of there. Chad is of course charging us when we have meetings, so we should have put that.
So this meeting coming up with Chad that you're gonna have with Paul, it would come out of that money right there?
Yes, and we've already had one meeting, so it shouldn't have a 0 on it.
Okay,
So
that's
I
what I
will
was
check
wondering.
into that
Okay.
also.
Okay, thank you.
I think Nate has something he wants to say.
Nate,
Yeah, I forgot you probably can't see us, Kevin. Sorry, I had my hand raised.
I can see you.
Oh, you can? Oh. So my
Okay.
question is page 1 of 13, revenue from state. Second line down, we got pavement reimbursement of 165,000, Hartley Hill grant 25, Forest Road grant of 80. So we've received almost double what we budgeted in revenue.
That's a little misleading. The 165 has got to go back into the pavement fund, the retreatment fund, because that's where we paid it out of. So that it is really not going to be there as in that line. Again, Paul's been busy, so we haven't been able to tackle him to get that moved. Hartley Hill Road Grant was our grants and aid monies that we spent 1 year, and you have to actually pay for it. Then you get the money back. So that's where that is. And the Forest Road was actually a combination of 2 years, and that number is incorrect also. It's supposed to be 40,000, not 80,000. It's two 20s. We got one on last year's and one on this year's. Not sure why that doubled since the last time.
So the 165 received from pavement reimbursement, that's from the state.
That's from our class 2 grant that we did for back Westminster Road.
Okay. And then we had 100, we have 145,000 or something in the budget for, in our own budget for paving.
125.
Okay. So we're doing almost $300,000 worth of paving this year. That was what you're saying.
We are doing no more pavement in this fiscal year. Next year, we have planned to do in front of the Westminster West School up the hill. And we've got to reclaim it 8 to 10 inches deep. That road is in deplorable shape. So we're planning on a $235,000 project there. with guardrails will make it more.
Hey, this is Cynthia. Can I chime in? I'm hiding.
Hi, Cynthia. Hi, Cynthia. Yep.
Russ, if you need help with moving those monies and not wait for Paul, just call Darlene. She'll help you with it.
Okay, I had her on the phone today, and I thought Paul was going to be in today to take care of it, but
Yeah,
I definitely
if
will.
She's going to be gone for a couple weeks, and this
Yep.
is something that needs to be done. Just make sure she'll do it for you. She'll help you with
All right.
it.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you, Cynthia.
Thank you.
Really bothersome that
Nate,
that
Nate, you got any
double.
questions? Anything further, Nate?
No, not now. Thank you.
Okay. Anyone else?
I'll put it on
Okay.
the next agenda, just give you guys some time.
Thank you, Russell. Seeing no further discussion, moving on to new business, section B, local hazard mitigation plan, select board representatives.
Every 5 years, we update our local hazardous mitigation plan. And it is a cast of characters from the town. They like to see as many representatives of different facets of town. So I'm just reading through the list. Myself, of course, Cole Streeter, John Parker, both from the fire department, Dan Green, possibly from the Prudential Committee, Jim Mattel from the Institute, he's our shelter manager, Chuck Lawrence, of course, the road foreman, Kelly Thayer, the financial manager, Pauline Blake O'Brien, which is our town clerk. Kevin, you are a part of it through osmosis, being the select board chair, but I do need one more member from the select board. We have the planning commission chair, and we'll need another one from the planning commission to be in there. I have Adam Halleck from the Westminster School, also representing the Station Market area. Westminster Center School principal will be involved. I'll have Steve Harrison from Kernhattan Homes, someone from the Compass School, Donna Dawson from Westminster Cares, also representing the South, Nancy Delzell from the Historic Village, Ruth Grandy, Historic Society Chair and Central, Chris Hackett, hopefully from the Kernhattan Board, but also representing the South, John Jones from the North, and I'm looking for a couple from West, Central, Station, North, and South representatives still.
I'll do it from the west.
You want to be a select board?
Sure.
And representing? Perfect. Thank you, Toby.
Thank you, Toby. Got everybody, Russ?
Whoops, sorry.
Okay, good. My
Then to
apologies.
continue, we have our two sources of food, quick food, bulk food. Stacy and Tim Allen and Paul Harlow from Harlow Farms. If families get displaced, etc., then we need to react quickly. They always want a food source. They want the fire departments and the ICS trained folks to be ready to go. So anyway, we have a really good start on it, and with the volunteers. It's not a large commitment. It's a couple meetings right off the bat, and then they do their thing with it, which is Wyndham Regional. And then we all tackle it back with another meeting or two to put the final touches on it. It does last about a year. The public will be asked to participate in public hearings. I think there's at least 2, if not 3. And I came in at the very end of it last time, and it seemed to be very, very well organized. And it is a very substantial plan for hazardous mitigation. So anyway, thank you for filling that spot, Toby.
Okay.
Thank you, everyone. Okay, executive session has been tabled. Moving on to new business liquor license request, Harlow's Last Stand.
So it's pretty self-explanatory. It's just a renewal. I'm not sure why Pauline thought it was necessary, but she put an attachment that said elected March 2nd, 2021, Paul Harlow, town treasurer, and treasurer of the Wyndham Northeast Elementary School District. So it's attached to that, and I think that's going to go to the state as well. But I do need a motion to accept that if you so choose.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Jason?
Motion is made and seconded. All those in favor? Aye.
I abstain.
And with one abstention. Liquor license is passed. Manager's report.
So before I get started, Susan, you come in and see me and sign that?
Oh, yes.
The clerk?
Yeah. Right.
Thank you. Just a few things. We are receiving damage to our town forest. So I met with Tim Morton and went for a lengthy walk. And East Putney Brook Road is not where they're accessing it from. They're coming in from the back side, and they're damaging our baby growth that we have coming up that will create the forest into its proper stage. And so I have, if you give me a second.
How do they get to the backside from another way? Where does that?
Through private lands, but there is trails. I don't know if everybody can see this.
Yeah,
These are the signs that we're going to be putting up, except they're going to say Westminster, Vermont lands, and it's going to say the exact same thing. Is it backwards to you guys?
no,
Oh, good.
No.
And so it just states the statute, and they're plastic. They're really durable plastic. Yeah, anyway, so it was Tim's recommendation to do this, and the Fish and Game will be monitoring it to keep those folks out of the town forest. I should say I'm also working with the town of Putney on this.
Terrific. Thank you.
Can I jump in, Kevin?
Absolutely.
Has anything been done about the kind of the junk that was on the side of that road down through there? Last time I was there in the fall, there was some old vehicles, and I know it's class 4 at that point, but I didn't know.
The owner of those junk vehicles is selling that parcel, and so they should be removed. They did clean up the mess on the town, in the town forest from the school bus, which was very appreciative. So we've been pressing them to the point of when the sale goes, that all that stuff has got to go.
Good.
It's not it is in the town, of course, right away, but it is not hindering traffic. So
right.
We've been kind of treading lightly, trying to get it so that they will move it when it's time.
Fair enough.
So a delinquent tax update. We've done extremely well. Since we started in February, we've collected $346,543.38 of delinquent taxes. But that being said, we still have 18 properties that have been notified 3 times and have not called or requested any type of help. So according to our schedule, we are going to send it out tomorrow to legal counsel for the first letter to go out. And in tendencies of past years, his letter carries a lot more weight than mine. So they will, from that 18, will drop significantly. We know of 4 properties that will go to tax sale. They have walked away. They do not want them any longer. So anyway, that's the schedule. Questions or anything? Okay. We, as everybody got or is getting a blue card in the mail. I wish I had one in front of me. I should have. It's for an event. It's called a community mapping event. And it's for the Planning Commission to create our town plan. It is happening on April 26th from 6 to 8 with the state of Vermont's mapping coordinator, Jens Hilke. And like I said, you should be receiving, I received mine today. Actually, it was last night, so yesterday, in the mail. And it's a blue card. It's about yay big. It's a postcard. And it has the event listed on it. And if you're interested, please tune in. It's going to be an interesting.
This is it.
Sue has
That's
it.
correct. That's what it is right there.
Kind of backwards, but
And the last thing, we are in the process of working out the health order that we issued on our road on the Lions property. Today, the road crew in Tyvek suits and gloves and masks cleaned up the paint cans and all the stuff that was loose. And Friday, the fire department is going to burn the remnants of the inhabitants, and then we'll pick up what's remaining and put it in the dumpster and have that site cleaned up by the weekend.
Do we actually own that property, the town?
We do not. What we're going to do is get reimbursed for our expenses and the back taxes from the estate that is there, which is substantial. It will cover our out of pocket. Anything else? Okay, that's it for my manager's report.
Thank you very much, Russell. Boards and commissions.
We now have an immediate opening for 2 Wyndham Regional, Wyndham Regional Commission's representatives. Bobby Kilburn, who has been doing it for quite a few years, had to step down for personal reasons. And she was going to hold the fort until she knew she was going to have to get done. But it happened quicker than she was hoping. So now we have no representative to that commission, and we definitely have to have at least 1, if not 2, as they recommend. So if you know of anybody that would be interested, the commitment is not too stringent, but there is commitment. It's a monthly meeting, and then there's subcommittee meetings that could possibly, if you're interested, participate in. So if you know of anybody, please send them my way. It will be in the Gazette until we can find 2 people.
Russ, can I ask you a question? I thought I was appointed as an alternate, and I keep getting stuff, but I'm unsure of what I'm doing. So I just got another email from Wyndham Regional Commission for a meeting on April 19th. So I thought I was elected as an alternative or alternate, whatever the word is.
Yep.
Am I in the right one?
Yep. It's the WRC.
Okay.
It's a Zoom meeting. For
Yeah,
right now.
I have the connection. Everything is for 12 p.m. on April 19th.
What time?
That's 12 p.m. What is 12 p.m.? That's
Noon.
Noon, yeah, noon. April 19th at 12 p.m. with the Zoom and the connection to it. They gave it to me, so I'm assuming they know I'm on the committee now.
Okay. Well, I know they don't hit the alternate until we have no representative, so
So am I supposed to be with that or not be with that? I'm a little-
please be with that.
Okay,
Go to that meeting. Thank you.
okay. But yeah, I'm only for filling. We still need to pursue getting 2 people,
Absolutely.
but I'll at least go to it and then give you an update at the next meeting.
Craig, if you think you could forward it to me, I will also participate if I can.
I just got it today.
Okay.
Okay, moving on, boards and commissions.
I have nothing else.
Okay, other business?
Well, Kevin, you and I were talking about a specific structure in town that's dangerous. And so you asked me to bring back the list of unsafe, unkept properties. I was going to clean it up and get rid of my marks, but I thought it was kind of important to have the progress that we've made so far with some of these properties, such as our road, the plastic house that is being cleaned up as we speak, as I just told you. And a couple of the others, there's no need of reading names out loud. But anyway, so we still have quite a few more, and they are not getting any better, especially the top 2. We have a lot of concern in the village about these.
And I appreciate your time and our conversation, just to amplify that a little. I'm also keeping anonymity because it's appropriate. That's been coming up in the town, and it's important that we do keep the public aware that you are working on it and you're doing what's necessary, that's legal and ethical, to try and make sure that these properties carry as least amount of risk to people walking the dog or whatever it is, and other things that can occur in a abandoned property. So I appreciate all the work you guys are doing, and it's important that we keep that in front of the committee, in front of the board, and in front of everyone, to let them know that even though they're still there and some of this blight persists, that everything's being done to try and rectify it. So I really appreciate us having that conversation, and thank you for everything you're doing.
Kevin, I have a question.
Sure.
So Russ, you have obviously contacted the landowners several times.
On each one of these properties, they've been notified that there's a hazard, and we thought we had a couple of them cleaned up. They went to tax sale, and we were like, great, the new owner will take care of them, clean them up. And they got bailed out at the very end of the tax sale process, went back to the original owners with no progress in cleaning up. So anyway, unfortunate, but they all know about them, yes.
Nate has a question.
Who's determining the unsafeness or unkeptness of these properties? And
Typically, I get it from the neighbors. So that they are seeing negative activity there, or they have, keeping track of the roof and the drip line and all that, they're sagging or they're whatever. I have been into at least 3/4 of those, and rightly so, they're on that list.
I get that, but I don't know, and I won't say any names either, like you guys aren't, but the barns in the lower portion of this list, why are those barns in any worse shape than probably a dozen other barns I can show you in town? That's what I'm saying, is how are we identifying and picking on these particular parcels over someone else's opinion of unkept.
It's by
There-
complaints. Honestly, that's how I'm getting these. I'm not seeking them out, if that's what you're asking. These are given to me by the public, and it's not just one person typically. When a whole neighborhood says, wow, this is really something that we need to look at, then I put them on this list.
Yeah.
We have this, do I have this list? Where did you see the list, Nate?
Toby, I sent it to you separately, I think. It was in a separate email.
Okay, I haven't seen it yet.
In your packet, maybe?
It's not in my packet.
I sent it at least 2 days ago. Kevin, when were we talking? Friday?
Yeah, with Friday, and I appreciate especially what
So I
Nate had to
sent it
say.
to you on Friday, separate from the packet.
I didn't get it. I've been,
Also following up on what Nate had to say, just so we make sure it's clear to everybody. No one is trying to be intrusive or in any way do something that's not, within the bounds of the law or be selective. It's just simply responding to members of the community who find certain things to be either a danger or feel a danger. And we have seen that throughout our town, which is pretty large. And it may not be where it's seen, where certainly somebody can enter a dwelling that's or partial dwelling that's been unoccupied or not been looked at, and certain things can happen there. But no one is trying to, basically say, because we don't have the authority, that it's not your property or we're going to tell you what to do with your property. It's just simply as if, something is overtly concerning to people who make a complaint, we're going to respond to it and say that we have. I hope that addresses it.
Yeah, I mean, so were we asked by the property owner to have our employees clean up our road property?
We had to do an emergency health order there. I had to declare it a contaminated site. I don't know what you know about the site, but it was awful. And between the fire chief and myself, we tried to address it, what we could do and what we couldn't do. And with help from the state fire marshal, we had declared that this was emergency health order.
could you send me that? Send it to me again.
The list, yes.
Yeah.
Russ, so I'm assuming that's sort of a separate, was a much worse situation than the other ones on this list.
Oh, no question. There was a death there, and it was
Mhm.
not okay
Yeah.
to leave as it is.
I guess my last point I would just say is, moving forward, if we determine that there's another substantial risk, then we want to venture down that path again. I don't think I would use our own road crew to do that. They could be doing other work. And if we're going to get reimbursed, why wouldn't we hire a professional hazmat cleanup team? But that's for future discussions. If we venture into some level of, I'm going to be rude about this, but eminent domain type actions to clean up somebody's property on our own accord. But that's just my opinion.
Duly noted, and a good opinion, and makes a lot of sense. And certainly we will make sure that that is what we do in the next time this does occur. Thank you, as always, for that input. Okay, anything else? Any other questions, concerns, comments?
I'm just gonna, I have two things. One is that how are we doing with the sheriff's we talked about Westminster West speeding through the town, and you were going to do something about that, or at least, are we getting any response from the sheriff's office?
Absolutely. Yep.
We are?
They've spent, yes, they
Okay,
have spent quite a few hours on the West Road, especially in the village.
okay, I hope so, because I haven't seen them there. And one other thing is I'll sign up for the Wyndham Regional Commission.
Thank you, Toby.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
So Craig, forward
I got a
her
new-
the
Yeah, I got a
contact.
new, I'll try to do it tomorrow. I got a new computer. They foolishly installed something today and nothing worked. So tomorrow when I get them, I'll get them and I'll forward to Toby and you. That
Perfect, thank you.
email. Okay,
Call from 17867058080.
Any other comments?
I have
Yeah.
two things.
Go ahead, Jason.
I was just wondering, I know you talked about it at a previous meeting, the cemetery wall. If we had a plan for that, it just gets worse. It seems like every time you drive by it. And Forest Road, I'm wondering what the status of that was, if it was completed. Looks like it needs the asphalt ditch and there was some erosion. I just happened to go that way home and there was some erosion down over the bank there from the sediment pond. So just curious where we were at with either one of those.
It's really early to do asphalt, so I haven't been in touch with him, but they know that it's to be checked this spring for reseeding, mulching, and any erosion correction with the asphalt. So we haven't done that yet. It just, just barely dried out enough so that you could travel it without making more damage than good. So yes. What was the other one you asked about?
The cemetery wall, the stone wall.
Do we have a plan? We have a price from 3 different stone types, I guess you'd say, the concrete stone types from Carroll Concrete. And the board picked the one that they liked. We opted not to do it that year. So it is on hold, but we know it's, like you said, it's only getting worse. And Chuck keeps picking up the remnants so that nobody else does, so that we'd have them in our in the town. So, but yes, we know we're keeping an eye on it. It's getting it's not getting any better. Let's go there.
Thank you.
I just have that. When we talked about it, it wasn't just fixing the wall. We were going to have to do something with the bank too, to keep it, or was this just to fix the wall?
The wall is going to be taller so that it makes it a less of a slope, so that more maintenance can be done easily.
But it's not going to have to be removing any of the slope. We talked about maybe those trees would have to come down. It was a whole big.
Well, when you put in that size wall, you are going to take it back a little bit further than it is now. But what you see is only just the face. That wall is really thick. I actually watched him create that, and there's drainage behind it. So that what you see, you think is only this wide, is literally probably 4 or 5 feet wide at the base. So yes, we will definitely be disturbing a lot more than what it shows there, and we're going to try to set it back just a smidge also.
Thank you.
Okay, any other comments or concerns,
Kevin.
questions?
Kevin, we're gonna discuss maybe, where we're going as far as these Zoom meetings. I mean, days are getting longer and it's getting warmer out.
Yeah.
There's a possibility that we maybe go back to the fire station or whatever, or what, what's our plan?
Thanks for bringing that up, Greg. Russ, any guidance from the state yet on that?
They're recognizing outdoor meetings. All the colleges now are going to have some sort of graduation. The ones that are being really, really safe are outside. The ones that are need to be inside are spacing still with the masks, etc. But he has released a lot. So if we had the inkling to start meeting in person, then we would use, I would have to ask, but we would use the fire station bay so that we have open air again.
Didn't you just have a meeting there with the development review board?
We did.
Yet, and there was no problem. People came. And you helped.
People came, but most of them were family, so it really didn't, it wasn't like there was several different groups. It was just one group and then the other application. So it didn't work out to be a problem.
I'd be in favor of the fire department as soon as we could.
I would as well.
Toby?
Yes.
I too would be open to getting back into in-person meetings. Craig?
Yeah, I was just trying to think the next one would be the last week in April?
28.
28.
I would think, and then the following time, we're getting real close to where we're gonna have the regular town meeting, so I don't know why we wouldn't want to try it at the next meeting.
I'm not crazy about the unless we're doing well, yeah, we wouldn't be in the fire department where the trucks are.
We can, or I don't know why we couldn't be in the other room, and we would still have Zoom. We could still have Zoom, so people that want to Zoom, you'd have a choice. You know.
Well, I'd rather not be in where the trucks are. It's noisy and it's not a good
I don't know.
to me.
Russ, maybe check that out. I don't know why we couldn't have it in the room and just leave the door open. Would that qualify for an open meeting?
If you're going to go inside, then there's plenty of room for 30 people easily.
Right.
And space them out.
Yeah.
So if you're going to go inside with the Zoom capability, you should be fine. Again, tables spread out, chairs spread out. Just ask when a couple comes in, they can sit together. Just grab a new chair and sit and keep the spacing, and it worked out very well the other night.
I think that's, yeah, I'd like to see that. I'd like to see us try it. We never get more than 10 or 15 people unless we really did something wrong, and then we stir up the nest and get a lot of people, but it's been a long time. So I think I don't know, I just think it's a lot more comfortable, even when they're filming it, they all see us, we're all in a room and they recognize us and everything. So, and then as long as we're still making Zoom available, so the people that don't want to come still can just see it the same. It's
I will
easy.
have to check with the fire department, but it's for the next meeting, or you're just going to stay where you are for the 28th and do it on May 12th?
I guess it doesn't, I'm not strongly, but I would think if we're going to have in that room, I would say by the 28th of April, why not try it?
I agree.
Okay.
Everyone on board with the 28th at Firehouse,
Yes.
provided we have also Zoom enabled for everyone.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll let you know.
All right. You'll let everyone know. Date of the next meeting is April 28th, and Russ will confirm the venue. I'll take if there's nothing further, I'll take a motion, please. We'll take a motion. Go ahead, Nate.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I missed this opportunity. Just a quick question.
Okay.
The plan for the cemetery wall is that the road crew is going to do that work?
It's not set in stone, but yes, we had talked about it. Doing it in sections, getting the materials, setting them all at the town garage, doing it as they can free up men. But yeah, it was talked about, but nothing was set in stone.
Seems like a major project, but I don't know dirt, I guess.
It honestly, those stones, those blocks go together pretty nicely.
It would take you longer to prep it than it would to actually do the wall.
Exactly.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. I mean, you just referred to the wall being 4 feet thick, so you got to dig all the way down to the base of that wall. Drainage, all that, backfill. I just didn't know we had the capabilities of with the equipment we had. So, but either way, I guess it doesn't matter as long as it gets fixed.
I think if they start and they find you in over the head, I'd just regroup, and start over again. You know, they won't know till they get in there and get started. I think we'll see.
You could do this section from the vault south. This is the shortest section. See how it went and reevaluate at that point.
Terrific. Any other comments?
I move we adjourn.
I second.
Motion to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Be safe, everyone. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.